Okay, you are live. It says, "Good morning. Good morning." It is Thursday morning, and um, I think my internet connection or computer or something is a little sketchy. I see myself kind of going in and out. So hopefully you can hear me, even if my video is a little fluttered this morning. So I may need to feed my computer a little bit of coffee. We'll see what happens here. But good morning, and thanks for being here with us. And let's see, it is, oh my gosh, it's time to start. I just saw my clock go to 9:30. So my name is Brian Williams, and I am the founder of a company called Real Appointments, where we guarantee sales appointments for our business to business clients. And each morning we share a little bit of information with you to help in your own business. And if you are in a business that needs more or wants more sales appointments, then you're in the right place. Let me introduce my co-host before we get onto our regular. There he is.
Here I am.
I just love how you just appear all the time. I love it.
Yeah, I still haven't figured out how to come in from the top or the bottom, but it's usually left or right.
So. Work on that. Yeah.
Well, hey, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
And it is Sales Navigator Thursday, right?
Okay, and that doesn't rhyme at all, but okay.
Not at all, but that's just what it is. So So we're going to get started, and we're going to show people today how to do how to use Sales Navigator.
How to find people you might want to connect with.
And it's an amazing tool, and I'm excited to have you share about that. And as always, we're live. As you can tell, we're live. And comment down below, ask questions down below. We'd love to answer them. Happy to answer any question that you have about Sales Navigator or anything else to do with LinkedIn and the messaging that we do. Because this is our 4th show of the week. So we've built up
our 6th straight week of doing this.
Exactly. So we've educated a bunch of people, but let us know who you are, and so we can acknowledge you.
Awesome.
Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to you, Brian.
Okay.
Go for it. Have a great time.
We will. Okay. So if you wouldn't mind, Ronan, I'm going to go right to my screen share today. There we go. So first, before I go into Sales Navigator.
Oops. Sorry.
That's all right. Before I go into Sales Navigator, there are certain things that you can accomplish with the free version of LinkedIn. And I say free version because Sales Navigator is a paid upgrade. It's a paid premium upgrade to your LinkedIn account. So before I go and show you what you can do with the paid upgrade, which we love to use, for those that have the free version, there are some things you can do with it. And I'm going to show you that first. So because some of it applies to what I'm going to show you anyway in the Sales Navigator area. And a lot of people don't know there's some cool little strategies and techniques that you can use just within the search bar of LinkedIn. So let's pick a niche, and I'm gonna let Ronan today pick what niche or niche would you like me to search for today, Ronan?
Oh wow! How about managed IT providers?
Managed IT services. Managed IT. Okay. Wow, that's a complicated one. Thanks. Maybe I shouldn't have picked you. Okay. So let's type managed IT. Whoops. MAN. Help if you spell, by the way, properly. Managed IT provider. Okay. I'm just going to search for that and see what happens here. So it says I have 19,901 results, and it is listing companies, it seems, not people, but companies that might deal in this. And then below, I see some people that fit that search criteria. And there are other companies, and looks like there might be some groups in here. So there's a lot of different options here, and not necessarily something that's useful yet. So I'm going to add a filter by using a Boolean search term. And Boolean search terms are essentially commands in the search bar. And LinkedIn allows us to use them. So the one I'm going to use is the word and. And when you use the word a Boolean command, you need to put that in all capital letters so that it tells LinkedIn that you're sending it a command. If you put it in lowercase, it's not going to do that. It's just going to look for the word and on people's profiles and things like that, which is not what I'm looking for in this particular case. So I'm going to narrow this down to a geography. So let me type in Los Angeles and see if we can narrow our search down to something that's a little bit more useful and something that might help you if you're looking for maybe people to connect with in a particular geography. So when I did that, you'll notice that it refined my search result, and it's now pulling people that are in the Los Angeles area, and might also have something to do with managed IT provider. And this is something that you can do. And here's other people here that also looks like they fit the general criteria for what I'm looking for, or if I was looking for this kind of a person on LinkedIn. So that's one thing I wanted to point out. Even if you're using the free version, you might be able to get a decent result. A lot of times I'll use this to narrow my excuse me, my focus down. I don't know what other characteristics of a managed IT provider we could narrow down to. I'm trying to look for, I mean, here I can see this person calls himself a consultant. Let's see what else I can find here. So for example, if you wanted to find people that, are also consultants in the space, you could kind of layer these Boolean commands. So I could also, at the end of Los Angeles, let me just go here, type and consultant. And what that does is it requires that the search results have to have each of these criteria in the listing. So they have to have managed IT provider and Los Angeles and consultant. And so this just is a way to narrow down your search results. And you can do this for any kind of search on LinkedIn, whatever industry that you're looking for, or whatever types of people. And if you look at these results, you'll notice that they're all in Los Angeles. They all seem to be in the managed IT provider space. And looks like all of them have the word consultant, or many of them anyway have the word consultant in their job title or somewhere on their profile. So I wanted to share that with you because this is a useful way to find people that you might want to connect with. Okay, I think I'm gonna go back here, and then let's pull up my my Sales Navigator screen. I need to reshare that tab, so give me one second.
And Brian, while you're doing that, I just wanted to mention, in my experience, I can remember before I signed up for Sales Navigator, I had like just the regular premium, which I think was like $30 a month. And the results that come up there are also limited. So, I think because we have Sales Navigator, it's different for us on LinkedIn when we do the organic search there. But I remember having that lower level of subscription, and I got fewer results. So just
That's right.
know that and expect that.
Yep.
They do that. Guess why? Because they want you to get Sales Navigator. So what you're seeing here is full functionality.
That's right. Yeah, Sales Navigator is powerful. So
yeah,
I just wanted, exactly. So you'll see the differences here in just a moment, and what kinds of other filters you have available. So let's pick a different category than managed IT provider for this. And while you're thinking of that different category, or if anybody is listening has a category they want me to look for, please chat that or type that into your comments. And the first thing I want to point out here on Sales Navigator is the way that I usually start here is I click on this link called All Filters, which is next to the search bar. So I'm going to do that now. And there's two types of searches, really two main types of searches within Sales Navigator. One is for leads and one is for accounts. And the difference is pretty simple. A lead is a person human being essentially. And an account is a business or organization. So if you wanted to find organizations, let's say, that are in managed that deal in managed IT, you would use an account-based filter. If you want to find people who are in managed IT, you would use a lead-based filter. So for this example, I'm going to look for people and use a lead filter. And here's what happens when you select that. You can see all of these selections, all these different filters. I'll scroll through and show you them that we now have access to. And this is powerful because, what we typically are looking for are a few hundred really well qualified people that we want to set appointments with for ourselves and for our clients. And so I'm not looking for a list of 10, 20, 30,000 people. We are looking for a smaller, more focused list that we're going to embark on building relationships with and ultimately having conversations with. So this is one of the reasons why we like to use Sales Navigator. So what other category, Ronan, should I search for here?
Oh, that's a good question. How about medical providers like doctors?
Okay. Why don't we go for something like
dermatologists?
Yeah, exactly. Let's go for something specific. Yeah, let's say your niche, the people you want to meet are dermatologists. So you gave me these words that I really can't spell without. At least LinkedIn's giving me some suggestions here. So dermatologist. You are putting me into a corner. Dermatologist. Is that right? Yes. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the beauty of live.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I type in dermatologist. One thing I want to point out before I continue is with Sales Navigator, it is asking me, what do I mean? Do I mean dermatology, these other things, I guess UAE or UK, people who worked as a dermatologist or people working as a dermatologist? So I'm going to assume that we are looking for people that are working as a dermatologist and use that as my keyword. So I'm going to click on that, and you'll notice here in the upper right-hand corner, it's showing 14,074 results, and that's with the entire that's LinkedIn network wide. So the next thing I'm going to do is narrow my geography down. So I'm going to start with the United States and see what happens here. And that now narrows my search down to just 4,379 results. And you can see that this is what you're going to want to do. And a lot of people work in even more narrow geographic areas. And in this geography filter, you can type in cities, you can type in metropolitan areas, states, countries, you name it. We'll stick with United States for now. And then another thing that you might want to, that might be helpful for you is down here with the size of the company, right? So sometimes we're looking to reach small, closely held companies or people that work in closely held companies. And other times we're looking to reach people that are in Fortune 1000 companies. And so you can use this company headcount filter to narrow your search down. So if I click on this, you'll see I have all these different choices. So let's say I want to find a dermatologist that's in a larger, we'll call it medical, let's say facility. So I might want to choose like 51 to 200 people or 200 to 500 people, and that's in the company. So I'll select a couple of those. And so now what this is showing me are dermatologists that work within companies that have between 51 and 500 people. And now you'll see my search results drop from 4,000 and change to almost just about 600 people. And now we're starting to really narrow down, who we're looking for. Another filter that I oftentimes, will use is, where is it? Oh, here it is, seniority level. So, sometimes we want to meet with the person who owns the business or who is a senior level person in a business. Now, I don't know what's going to happen here for dermatology. It's not a market that I'm that familiar with, but let's say I wanted to reach with dermatologists who are owners of this size company. I would just select owner, maybe partner. And now I've got a really narrow result of 84 people, but this might be exactly who you want to reach out to. So, so if I click now search, it's going to pull back all of the people who meet this criteria that I've selected through Sales Navigator. And regardless of your market, you can do this for any market. We've done this in real estate. We've done this in technology. We've done this in venture capitalists, law firms, you name it. You can have good success with almost any industry on LinkedIn. There are a few that we've found are a little bit light, but most of the time you can have really good success using this. And so you can scroll here, and you can see here are all these people who are dermatologists and owners of these businesses. And keep in mind, those are businesses that have between 51 and 500 employees. So relatively, large dermatology or medical centers. And you can see all these people here that we can now pull into a list and begin to build relationships with them, and ultimately have a conversation with them. So that is an example of how you can use Sales Navigator and what's available to you if you decide to invest in that. And I will say that there is a 30-day free trial with Sales Navigator. So if you want to kind of play around with it and see if it's going to be a useful tool for you, you can sign up for Sales Navigator through LinkedIn and just use it. And they give you full capacity without charging you for the first 30 days. I also want to mention that tomorrow, because wow, it's already Thursday. Tomorrow, if you want to take a deeper dive with us, we have seats available for our guaranteed sales appointments training. We will kick it off tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. And you can sign up for this by simply going to guaranteedsalesappointments.com and reserve your seat. The course will run about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half at the most. And one of the takeaways that you'll have, in addition to learning our entire process for how we generate guaranteed sales appointments, is you'll have a 7-day action plan that you can implement on your own to set your own sales appointments, excuse me, following tomorrow's course. So if that's of interest to you, please sign up at guaranteedsalesappointments.com, and we'd love to help you out with that. All right. Losing my voice. Where are you, Ronan? Come back.
Here we are. So one thing I did want to point out too, because we get this question a lot, is the data in all these lists exportable? And the answer is no.
Yeah.
So LinkedIn is trying, well, not trying, they are very much keeping you on their platform. So you cannot sort of mine their database of people and export it into something else, whether you're using an email tool or whatever. So, you'll have to kind of just do that by hand, or find a way to do whatever it is you're going to do inside their platform. So we get that question a lot. I would love nothing more than to be able to export those lists, but at this point, there's not that feature.
Right. There definitely is not that feature within Sales Navigator or LinkedIn. There is, however, once you have a connection who's accepted your connection request on LinkedIn, you can visually see their email address, oftentimes their phone number, and for their mailing address, which is something we actually use in our campaigns, because we use direct mail as part of it, which we'll talk more about tomorrow. We just look that up. We just go to we look up their company and pull their address off of either their website or another source of that nature. So it is a manual process, but once you have that connection request, that data is available within Sales Navigator. It's just not exportable.
Right. It does actually depend on how they set themselves up. Because as I've gone through and managed profiles, when I click on contact information, sometimes the email address is there, sometimes a phone number is there. And the other dilemma is, if we're going to be completely transparent for people, is that it's their personal email, because that's what they signed up with LinkedIn, and they don't have the tech savvy to go in and add their work email. So putting things in their personal email, it'll get there, but how does it land over there? Like, hey, what are you doing in my personal email? Or how did you
Right.
get that? Right. So, you gotta be careful, because you don't want to burn that bridge, if you will.
That's right. Yep, for sure.
Well, cool.
Okay. Well, hey, I think we've covered this. So hopefully we'll see many of you tomorrow during our guaranteed sales appointments training. And that's what we got for today.
Yeah. So go out, have a great day, hang out on the platform, and good luck out there.
When you said that, I was like, the platform, like my balcony. No.
Yeah, it's a platform.
It is a platform.
Bye,
Okay.
everybody.